Namaskar friends. A lot of my friends, pupils and students have requested to put up a video on YouTube about the geopathic stress. It is very interesting subject. Personally, I prefer to teach about the geopathic stress at the personal level, and even in the very highly recommended training session for universal aura scanner. We teach a lot of things about the geopathic stress, how to check them, how to resolve them. But even though we are getting a lot of requests, so now I am going to detail this video about the geopathic stress. In this video, you will find your answers about all the answers about the geopathic stress. What is geopathic stress? What are the symptoms, exact symptoms you can find out about the geopathic stress, and what may be the reasons behind geopathic stress, how to identify the geopathic stress area, and how to cure geopathic stress area. So video may be a bit long, but keep patience and listen carefully. It may be a learning experience for all of you if you are not a master on your own. Okay, so geopathic stress is the trauma below the Earth's mantle, in the Earth's mantle and even below the Earth's mantle. It may be due to so many reasons, but it affects, and you can see this is something like electromagnetic energy, to some extent highly negative and affecting the whatever is on the Earth's surface. It may be humans, it may be animals, it may be birds, it may be vegetation, it may be buildings, it may be highway. Everything may be affected due to geopathic stress. It is highly negative word, and a lot of researches have been made around the globe on this subject. Earlier, the human civilization was knowing the presence of geopathic stress. In all the civilizations, people were knowing, but they had some, they considered it as a subtle energy, and by their intuition, they could understand whether there is a line of geopathic stress, there is effect of geopathic stress. But now our intuition is reducing day by day, so it becomes very difficult to understand and vouch and check where is geopathic stress, what is the quantum geopathic stress. So I will give you very simple solution for all these in this video only. So geopathic stress, first before giving you the reasons of geopathic stress, I will tell you the symptoms. So most prevalent since ancient times is the presence of cancer. Yes, cancer, if there is prevalence of cancer in any locality, in any house, in any building, and a lot of persons are being affected with the cancer there, then geopathic stress may be a more prominent reason for that. And a lot of research have been done, especially in 1929 in Germany. Very vast research was done, and in that research it was found exact correlation between the number of cancer patients and quantum of geopathic stress in that area. In some locality or township where geopathic stress is very high, cancer patients number of cancer patients are very high, and where geopathic stress was very low, cancer patients were very low. So there was exact correlation, cause and effect principle, which is very scientific. So beyond cancer, Parkinson's disease, maybe there genetic disorders are very prevalent in the geopathic stress lines. Schizophrenia, and the trend to do suicides in a particular family and area. Geopathic stress may be a reason. Insomnia, migraine, infertility is the one big effect of the geopathic stress. Abnormal births happen if any family, abnormal births are happening again and again, and even repeated miscarriages are happening again and again. You should certainly get checked your area with some geopathic stress expert. Believe me, it is very dangerous, but it is not necessary that if in some house someone has migraine, then only geopathic stress. There may be some other reason, some psychological reason, some other reason. But majority of times we have found behind these things and many more diseases, geopathic stress. And believe me, in the Madhya Pradesh state of India, there was a very big affluent family, and there was a case of repeated miscarriages. So I went there and found out the geopathic stress line going below the bed of the expectant mother, and when it was blocked, and she was blessed with a healthy child, and it was a cause of very happiness for the family as well as me as a professional. So there may be so many effects, and I can go beyond so many. This I can expand this list to big thing, but in general, if you find any problem which cannot be explained, then certainly you should try. You should try geopathic stress expert services of geopathic expert. And if you find a cat and some other symptoms, I want to tell you that if you find cats and snakes, owls have tendency to sit on the take rest on the geopathic stress lines. So if your cat repeatedly goes any place, there is some negativity there, and it may be possible that geopathic stress is there. And termites are very prevalent in the geopathic stress areas. And just yesterday, I had gone to see Vastu. I don't know if you are in India, you might be knowing Vastu, but it is an Indian form of studying subtle energy. This explanation is for the other countrymen. So termite is when I had gone to see the Vastu of a penthouse. You might be knowing the penthouse had 2 floors of a flat, an apartment with 2 floors, and top floor it is called penthouse, and normally it is costlier than normal flats. So I found geopathic stress. Then I searched and I found the termite existence of termite in that particular area. And then I went to the lower floor. Again, there was a termite, presence of termite in that area. So presence of termite shows that there is negativity, and especially it may be geopathic stress. So, and wasps make a nest on the area. Even beehives have been very prevalent in the geopathic stress lines. If some area you find that lightning strike is again and again, then it may be a region for geopathic stress, may be another region. Then trees, if you find truncated trees, stunted trees, and trees not giving fruits, trees affected by the lightning, and so many these things you have, and you find vegetation unaffected. There is a tree which is not giving fruit, but ideally it should give fruit, or there is a hedge. You find that despite of your best effort in a particular area, the hedge is not growing, it is going down again and again. So geopathic stress may be a big reason. And accidents. If I have seen many cases, I have resolved many cases. I have no hesitation to share that the biggest research on geopathic stress in India have been done by me. Not only small houses, shops, industries, but even big highways and government projects and dams. I have checked for geopathic stress, and I am very satisfied with the results and my experiments. So, in some recurring accidents are happening on some highway without any reason, then geopathic stress may be the reason. Another thing, if even these accidents if are happening recurring in your home or industry, then you should check geopathic stress. And I have seen machines breaking down again and again, which are installed on the geopathic stress line. You will find that once you have cured the geopathic stress, machines are functioning in a very proper manner. So, and if you see in any house, in your own house or any other house, cracks are coming again and again. So, geopathic stress should get checked. So there are so many things, so many symptoms I cannot elucidate because already this video is going to be very long. So these are the symptoms of geopathic stress. So now I will come to the region of geopathic stress. stress. As I told you, geopathic stress region are the biggest region in back streams. These are streams of water running underground, which are not whose energy is not getting dissipated. So if is some water stream is going in a bizarre way, it may create geopathic stress. Another thing is that global geomagnetic grids, the area, particular line may be on the global geomagnetic grid, and which may be cause geopathic stress. And suppose there is a road crossing, two roads are crossing, their energy are coming, and many a time it causes geopathic stress, and that is the reason that on the crossings it is not advised to make your residential home. Then, if railway lines are laid and highways are made, tunnels are made, or quarries or mines are made, so they affect the energy of the earth, and sometimes they create geopathic stress around the crust, mantle, as well as the surface of the earth. So. And one more thing, this is my experience, that high power high power power stations, these things also create a lot of geopathic stress. So I advise I'm totally against the living below the high power electric lines, because you may affect a lot of diseases without any apparent reason. Stress, insomnia, migraine, and many physical deformities are also there. The persons who remain below the power lines or just near the power lines. Then the recent nuisance is the mobile towers. The cell phone towers, which disseminate the waves, are very big nuisance there, and they create a lot of abnormality in our system. So avoid them, and if someone is installing them in your house, you should certainly oppose that. Geopathic stress, I have to say that the mobile towers doesn't create geopathic stress, but their effect is akin to the geopathic stress. So I have added this. So, and the way I am going to check, I will tell you the geopathic stress, how to check. You can also check the effect of mobile towers. So these may be the regions behind the geopathic stress around you, in your building, around your area, anywhere. So, but actually, a lot of researches have been made in the for the geopathic stress, especially in Europe, and these knowledge have been being used in the whole world globally, and researchers have created a lot of categorization, Harman grade, Curry grade, and Cinder grade. There are so many types of grades of the geopathic stress, but I will not go to academics because I am here to give you basic knowledge and to what the symptom, understand symptom, and now how to cure. So first, before curing, you have to identify the exact area where the geopathic stress line is running. So, for identifying this area, there are so many things earlier in the childhood or in teenage. Due to my tantra training, I could understand with the bare hands. But these things take very great time, and it waste a lot of time because you have to concentrate and focus on that. So the best thing is our universal aura scanner. This universal aura scanner is sold by Astro Devam, and without hesitation, I will tell you, we are the best. We are the best in this field, and you can see testimonials of a lot of doctors, scientists, bureaucrats, celebrities, and many more persons from industries, corporates, how this aura scanner has helped them a lot. We are the best. We are more authentic, and you must see the our testimonials for us on YouTube as well as Google. So how we are changing the life of others with the help of this aura scanner. So this is the easiest way to identify the area affected by the geopathic stress. What we have to do, if you see closely, you may also see my detailed video about the universal aura scanner. But as you can see, there is something coming out from this. This space has been placed for the samples, putting up the samples. With our universal aura scanners, you get a lot of sample, around 300 samples, for checking so many things. So diseases, colors, numbers, gemstones, astrology, Vastu, numerology, everything you can check. You get a lot of depository of sample. So, but for geopathic stress, you need not to use any specific sample. You have to take empty file. This is the empty file. There is nothing in this. So, what you have to do, you have to take water of the area which you want to check for geopathic stress. So just fill up the water, and water should be from that area. So if you are going to check the geopathic stress of a house, you should take the water of that house. If you are going to check from any industry, you should take water of that industry. Many times your clients are the person for whom you are checking. They may offer you very clean mineral water or bottled water. No, you need not to take. The water should be at least for 24 hours in that premises. It may be dirty water, it may be clean water, it doesn't matter at all. The water has the best memory. It has memorized whatever energies are running in that area. So just fill up these two samples. These are two. This phenomena can be checked only with the two aura scanners, a set of aura scanners. Because just like you cannot use electricity without plus minus 2 watts. So in the same manner, aura scanner is used in the pair form. So you have filled up the water and placed. I'm getting close to the camera. You filled up the water here and placed here. Okay. So now you have to move around a boundary of the area which you are checking for the geopathic stress. So you are moving for the geopathic stress. So what you have to do, if you are moving geopathic, remember this, that you need not to go outside the boundary. You need not to go. You have to remain inside the boundary. Start from one point of the boundary or periphery of the area and come again and close the journey here there. So you have taken this and you have to handle this. And how to handle this? There are detailed video on our YouTube channel, or ideally you should attend the training. So you are moving like this. Around the boundary, inside the boundary, and nearby, as much near boundary as much as possible. So if there is geopathic stress, please listen carefully. If there is geopathic stress in the area, then it will open like this. It will not open like this, but it will open completely 180 degree. It will open 180 degree completely. 180 degree it will completely open. So if it is opening, it means there is geopathic stress below the earth at that area, and it is entering from the boundary. One thing I want to say, that whatever I am going to tell you, the system, it is for the house industry. But if you ideally, if you are offered checking geopathic stress of a township or a very big area, then you should not do, because many times you will not be able to detect the source of the geopathic stress. Many times it happens that in a big township, source of geopathic stress may be inside the premises. But normally in houses and other industries, small areas, not very big buildings, geopathic stress source remains outside the building, outside the area. So you are moving slowly. Suddenly it opens up. Okay, and here I am doing on my own, but in the case of geopathic stress, it will open like this. So once it has opened, it means there is a presence of geopathic stress in the instrument has detected. So you are passing slowly, and at some point it will go again to this point. it means that the geopathic stress affect area has lapsed. So it has ended. So from the point where it opened and from the point it closed, the geopathic stress is there. So, and you should move the whole boundary. You should not stop once you found one point. It may be 2, 3, 4, 5, but ideally there are only 1 or 2. In maximum cases 2 or 1. But some cases I have found 3, 4, 5, 6 geopathic stress lines moving around the area which I had gone to check. So once you found from this geopathic stress is there, so you have to mark with something on the wall or floor. From this place to this place, geopathic stress is there. So you have identified the geopathic stress lines, presence of. If it is not opening at all in the whole area, there is no geopathic stress. There may be some other reason for the problem. But if it is opening, there is geopathic stress. So now what you identify, now you have to cure this. You cannot go inside the earth and change the stream of the water, but you can block the effect of the geopathic stress on the occupants of that area. So for this, we use a very appreciated, very highly recommended geopathic stress neutralizer rod. It is also called geo rod, geopathic rod, geopathic stress rod, geopathic stress removal rod. A lot of words are being said about this, and it has solved the problems of innumerable number of persons. So what you have to do, just see where the joint between earth and the floor. You have to keep this geopathic stress rod at that joint. Suppose that this is the wall and this is the earth, and at the joint you have kept this. So once you have kept this, then again move along with this. So ideally, it should not open up. If it is open, there is some problem in placing a wrong place. There may be issue of wrong placement of this rod. So you have to back, forth. At some point, it will stop opening. And it may also be possible that the geopathic stress line is very wide, so you may require this rod more than one. So once you have kept it is stop opening, then geopathic stress has been blocked. It has not been removed. It has not been cured. It has been cured for that person whom you are checking. For the whole universe, the geopathic stress line is already there. So you have to I want to say that a lot of cheaper options. This is from our website, astrodevam.com. Very valuable, very quality oriented, and pure brass you have been used on as a cover, and inside very valuable minerals and crystals and rough gemstones and quartz have been inserted in a specific proportion so that we can block the effect of geopathic stress. And one more thing, you can see this is a bit different. There are some symbols like this. It is more powerful, and there is a pyramid of this. This is more powerful because it not only blocks geopathic stress but also removes the effect of negative energy, if any are there. In that particular area. So you may use either of them if you can afford this one, otherwise this one. And one thing I want to caution that with the popularity of geopathic stress and the concept of geopathic stress and geopathic stress rod, a lot of thugs and cheats have entered into this profession. They are selling these fake rods and damn cheap rates they are selling. But it doesn't work, and many times it works for a very short time. One very influential person from the Chennai, with whom I had done the geopathic stress checking, very big palace-like residence, and I had pointed out the geopathic stress. So I had asked them to buy geopathic stress rod from our website, but somehow we don't stress for that. And they bought geopathic stress rod from some popular website, e-commerce website, and placed that. So initially there was they felt very great relief, but I think after 2 months or 3 months, there was a very big problem in that house and the exact that area where geopathic stress rod was kept. The reason was that after two cheap rods stopped working after 2 3 months, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. But if it is a quality, not it is not that only Astro Devam or us make quality rods. Some other person also make, but you should ensure the quality of the geopathic stress rod before buying. So 30 years back, I had kept geopathic stress rod, and they are still working. I have checked. So I believe that either they will work for the infinite time or at least 100 years, our geopathic stress rods will work. So once you have found out the area you have to keep, you have placed that, so you have to fix this at that particular point, geopathic stress rod, and there are three ways to do this. First is that just keep there and do some cement or something glue or something like this, cover up and just stick that particular area. Second way is that you may cut a niche in the wall where you have kept a niche in the wall and insert the rod in that niche. Third thing is that you will cut niche in the floor exactly where you have kept the geopathic stress rod and insert that. And before buying, promise inform your correct address where you want to install and your birth details if possible, so that we can energize the geopathic stress rod before sending to you for that particular area or building. So that their effects become very powerful. So this is the thing. In this video, I told you what is geopathic stress, what are the symptoms, what may be the regions, and how to identify, pinpoint the area where they are, and how to cure them. So video was a bit lengthy, but I believe that you must have got sufficient knowledge about the geopathic stress. But if you still have some questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. I am bound to respond because I am teaching astrology, Vastu, numerology, and many more mystic sciences since more than 35-40 years. So I just love questions and love to answer them. So this is Achary Krishnan from AstroDevam.com. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video if you like it. Otherwise, you may offer your suggestions. Again, Achary Krishnan from AstroDevam. अगर आप ये वीडियो विवेक जी हिंदी के लिए थोड़ा सा बोल दे रहा हूँ मैं, अगर आप ये जियोपैथिक स्ट्रेस रॉड हमसे ले रहे हैं तो आप ध्यान दीजिए कि आप अपना घर का पता या जहां भी लगा रहे हैं वहां का पता हमारी टीम को जरूर सूचित कीजिए, और अगर संभव हो तो अपनी बर्थ डिटेल यानी जन्म का विवरण भी जरूर भेजिए, क्योंकि हमारी टीम बहुत अच्छे ढंग से उसको ऊर्जास्वित करके एनर्जाइज करके फिर आपके लिए उस घर के लिए भेजेगी, जिससे आपको बहुत ज्यादा फायदा